Welcome, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Consphere. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that savvy investors are paying close attention to: the early mover's advantage in crypto pre-sales. We'll break down why getting in early on a new coin can lead to massive gains, the real pros and cons of crypto investing, and what you need to watch out for before jumping into a pre-sale. Whether you're just getting started or looking to sharpen your strategy, this episode is packed with insights you won't want to miss. So grab your coffee, plug in, and let Chloe and Ryan decode the early mover's advantage in the world of crypto.
So it's really wild to think that not so long ago, cryptocurrency was, well, kind of a fringe idea.
Yeah.
Now it feels like it's everywhere. And, you know, for those looking to get ahead, it's opened up some really intriguing possibilities.
Absolutely. The speed at which this whole landscape is evolving is just phenomenal. And that rapid change, it really creates opportunities for people who, well, take the time to understand it.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to unpack the advantages of investing in a crypto coin, and we're putting a laser focus on what it means to be an early bird, specifically, you know, the perks of getting involved during a pre-sale.
Right.
Think of this as your fast track to figuring out if this early stage crypto world might be something worth your attention.
And our source material today really breaks this down for you. We'll look at the core reasons behind the growing interest in crypto, the essential pros and cons you absolutely need to have on your radar, and then really zeroed in on why getting in early during a coin's pre-sale phase can be, well, particularly advantageous.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Why is there such a massive buzz around crypto coins? I mean, it's got to be more than just like internet hype, right?
Definitely. A major factor is the potential for high returns. I mean, we've all seen the stories, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Yeah, the early days.
Exactly. Where early investors, even those who put in relatively small amounts, could have seen just incredible growth as those coins took off. That possibility, it's a huge draw for many people.
It's that classic idea, isn't it? Getting in on the ground floor, turning maybe a small investment into something substantial.
Precisely.
But it's not just about the potential profits, is it? There's the underlying tech, too.
Exactly. The decentralization and security that blockchain technology offers is really fundamental here.
Right.
Imagine a digital ledger, but it's shared across loads of computers. Makes it incredibly difficult to tamper with or, control by any single entity.
Right.
And that transparency, that resilience, it builds trust. That's a big part of crypto's appeal.
And it's not stuck within borders, is it?
Right.
I've definitely read about how crypto helps with international money transfers.
That's right. Borderless transactions, often with relatively low fees and really fast settlement times. That's another key advantage.
Yeah.
Think about sending money to family overseas or maybe conducting international business trace. Crypto can offer a much more efficient way to do that sometimes.
Makes perfect sense. And I keep seeing these new terms popping up: NFTs, DeFi, Web3. How do these fit into why new crypto coins are, gaining traction?
So these innovative use cases, they're often what drive the community interest and, crucially, the long-term value proposition for newer coins.
Okay.
So when a coin powers, say, an exciting NFT platform, think digital collectibles, that kind of thing.
All right, yeah.
Or a decentralized finance protocol, which is basically trying to recreate traditional financial services but without the middlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Or it integrates with this evolving idea of Web3. It gives the coin real-world utility, and that attracts a dedicated user base.
Can you give an example like...
Sure. Imagine maybe a new kind of social media platform where the users actually own their data, right? And they get rewarded with the platform's own crypto token. That's the kind of innovation we're talking about.
Got it. So there's a pretty compelling argument for why people are drawn to crypto. But let's be honest, it's not all smooth sailing, is it?
Not at all.
What are the potential positives, the good stuff, and what are the things you really need to be aware of before jumping in?
Yeah, it's crucial to have a balanced view. So on the pro side, the more established cryptocurrencies, they offer pretty good liquidity.
Meaning?
Meaning you can generally buy and sell them relatively easily and quickly.
Right, that's important. You don't want your investment stuck if you suddenly need to access it.
Exactly.
What other benefits are there?
Well, the 24/7 market is a significant plus for many. Unlike, traditional stock exchanges with set hours.
Right, 9 to 5.
Yeah. Crypto markets never sleep. That offers a lot of flexibility for trading. And for people looking to spread their investments around.
Diversification.
Yeah, crypto can be a way to add diversification to their portfolio. And some argue it can potentially act as a hedge against inflation, though that's still debated.
Okay, those sound like solid reasons to at least consider it. But what about the flip side? The potential downsides? What are the red flags?
The big one, the most talked about risk, is volatility. Prices can fluctuate wildly and very rapidly. So there's a real possibility of significant losses if you're not prepared for those kinds of swings.
Definitely heard some roller coaster stories there. What else should people keep firmly in mind?
Regulatory risks are another important factor. The whole legal framework around cryptocurrencies is still, well, it's still developing globally.
Bit patchy.
Very. And changes in regulations could definitely impact the value and even the usability of certain coins. And unfortunately, we do have to talk about security threats.
Okay.
If your digital wallets or the exchanges where you hold your crypto aren't properly secured, they can be vulnerable to hacking, and that could lead to, the loss of your funds.
Yeah, that sounds like a major concern. So, okay, even with these risks, that potential for high returns keeps people interested, especially in getting in early.
Right.
Which brings us nicely to the real focus here. The advantages of being that early bird and participating in what's called a presale.
Exactly. So a presale is basically a period before a cryptocurrency is officially launched on the major exchanges. Early investors can buy tokens then, often at a reduced price.
Okay, so before the general public can easily buy it.
Pretty much. And getting in at this stage can offer some significant benefits. The most obvious one is often discounted prices.
Like cheaper tokens.
Yeah, presale coins are typically offered at a noticeably lower price than what they'll initially list for on those big exchanges. This creates the potential for a much larger return on your investment right from the get-go.
So you're essentially getting a head start, buying lower before potential public hype maybe drives the price up.
Precisely. And it often comes with other perks too, like exclusive access. Well, early investors might get bonus tokens, just extra coins for participating early, or special staking privileges.
Staking, that's like earning interest, right?
Yeah, basically earning rewards on your crypto holdings.
What?
Or even governance rights, which can give them a say in the future development and decisions of the project.
Wow, okay.
And these things can really add to the value of your initial investment beyond just the price discount.
That sounds like getting the VIP treatment before the club even opens. Are there other, maybe less obvious benefits to jumping into a presale?
Absolutely. Presale buyers often experience lower market risk, at least initially.
How so?
Well, because the coin hasn't hit the broader public market on major exchanges yet, they are somewhat insulated from that immediate, sometimes crazy short-term market speculation.
No, okay.
And those rapid price swings, the pump and dump schemes that can sometimes happen right after a big listing.
Yeah.
You're kind of shielded from that initial chaos.
That's a really interesting point. So you're sort of in before the real hype cycle potentially begins. I also read something about the ability to actually influence the project itself.
Yes, community influence is another significant advantage. Early investors often get the chance to connect directly with the project team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, provide valuable feedback, maybe even help shape the project's direction in those crucial early stages.
Yeah.
It can foster a much stronger sense of community and, ownership.
Almost like being part of the initial building crew for something new.
That's a good way to put it.
And I even saw something about personal branding opportunities within the crypto space. How does that work?
That's right. So being among the first to support a promising project can create a brand building opportunity for you.
Okay.
Early investors can kind of position themselves as knowledgeable, as forward thinking within specific crypto communities, which, can be really beneficial for networking and just enhancing their reputation in the crypto world.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty compelling list of reasons to think about getting in early. So let's try and bring it all together. What's the key takeaway here about this early bird approach to crypto investing?
I think the core message is that while investing in cryptocurrencies always involves a degree of risk, let's be clear about that.
Absolutely.
The strategy of getting in early, especially through these pre-sales, can indeed offer substantial potential rewards. And it's a big but only for those who do their homework. Conduct thorough research, really understand the project they're backing.
So due diligence is paramount.
Essential. It sounds like a real opportunity, though, to position yourself ahead of the curve, maybe.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're potentially gaining access to the market before significant price increases, often driven by that widespread public enthusiasm, take hold. There's also the possibility of gaining greater utility, more benefits within the CoinZone ecosystem, just by being an early adopter. And as we've discussed, the potential for, significant profit as these projects sometimes experience rapid growth after their initial launch, that's a major incentive.
So it's not just about potentially getting a better price. It's about maybe setting yourself up for longer-term growth and perhaps even having a voice in how the project develops.
Precisely put, yeah.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive into the world of early-stage crypto investing. It definitely underscores that in this fast-paced crypto environment, timing can be absolutely critical. It seems often more advantageous to be ahead of the trends than simply following them.
That's a great way to summarize it, yeah. And it leads to a really important question, I think, for you listening right now. Considering these potential benefits, but also alongside the inherent risks we've talked about, what level of due diligence would you be willing to undertake to explore these early-stage crypto opportunities further? It's definitely something to think about.